we see, so the standard joke is in an investment arm, I've probably seen since my time in India some 10,000 businesses, right? 10,000 businesses in 10 years, that roughly translates into 1,000. And there have been years when I've seen 3,000 businesses. So I try and stay in touch with many of the businesses that we looked at in the past, but can we help them someday, somewhere, right? In the future. Sometimes it works. Many of the time, those businesses, we have a pretty good nose for figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So many of the times those companies stop existing. But many, there are instances where a company came to us, they've had a major pivot and they come back in a different lease of life. And we're actually quite interested to have another look at them. So, it's that old adage, when people sometimes fail, they take it as a point of view of a personal slight. That's not the case. When you're saying no to 1,000 people and yes to really 10, right? Because that's our hit rate. 10 out of 1,000 are the guys who graduate with an investment from our various ecosystems.
True.
Right? How do you increase the odds? So when we saw 3,000, I think that year we made like 15 investments. Right? But 3,000 included a lot of rubbish, right? Which are guys who were on paper plans, who really weren't committed, who were people who were who hadn't thought through the business. So nowadays, people tend to know that we have a reputation that we will go deep in a company, and therefore good people tend to come more to us, rather than folks who I would call it the charlatans of times old. Snake oil sellers, stay away.